Western media highlights changes in Indonesia's defense equipment policy, reveals these facts. Since the late 1960s, Indonesia has only attempted to buy F-5 and F-16 light jets from the United States. Indonesia also plans to buy more F-16s in the 1990s. In these conditions, Indonesia has become aware of the threat of an embargo from the U.S. Even though the U.S. manufacturer has been part of the squadron since the 1990s, the threat was implemented in 1999, when the Jakarta government was accused of human rights violations in East Timor. Therefore, Indonesia must diversify its sources of weapons. In the end, Indonesia decided to buy Su-27 and Su-30 fighter jets from Russia. Indonesia took two ways, namely buying weapons from the US and Russia. The change in defense equipment policy was highlighted by French media, namely RFI.fr. In an article published on February 15, 2022, the US provides fewer but heavy weapons, while Russia provides more weapons but they are light, and do not require too much maintenance. Washington has long exerted pressure on customers, who buy Russian weapons, forcing them to turn to the West. The move weakens Russia's defense sector, which still relies heavily on exports. However, the COTSA law has made the situation more serious, especially in the case of Indonesia. This document is very decisive. Quoting the Euronews page, Indonesia was planning to buy the Su-35 but failed because of COTSA. The Indonesian government initially issued a defiant statement in response to the threat of U.S. sanctions. In October 2018, the Indonesian Minister of Defense stated the following: "Never cancel. We are still continuing to implement the contract." The statement came 2 months after the head of the Ministry of Trade, Ok Nurwan, complained that, while we were in the process of carrying out transactions with Russia, the U.S. tried to intervene. It seems that Russia is trying to save the agreement by being willing to accept payments for goods and then creating conditions for Indonesia to adapt changes to the Su-35 fighter jet. However, in December 2021, the contract to purchase Su-35 fighter jets was cancelled, and the main beneficiary of this incident was France. It appears that Indonesia has replaced Russia with France as a secondary supplier of fighter jets. Currently in the world, only Russia and America produce heavy aircraft for export.